Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Today was obviously rather insane, right? But the fake news of an approval by the SEC of a spot Bitcoin ETF due to a compromised account of the SEC's on social media platform X. I'm sure you've heard about that by now, although in the off chance you haven't, please check out my very last video first. I did cover that rather thoroughly. So that's insane, and we can expect that there's going to be more insanity tomorrow because the assumption still is that there will be an actual approval tomorrow, although how we'll know we can trust that, I'm not quite sure. Because, I mean, the news today came from the official SEC account on X, so we'll see how they announce it. Truth be told, though, there would be something on the SEC website so you could actually verify it. But setting that aside, there's additional insanity, which I want to make sure I talked about today, because one of the applicants for the spot Bitcoin ETF, Valkyrie, had an executive on national television today state that he expects that there will be an XRP ETF. He's making that prediction, and that is not the least bit crazy. I've been talking about this quite a bit. It's just a question of, even if a firm or many firms end up applying for a spot XRP ETF, will they get approved? Well, with XRP's legal clarity, it certainly stands to reason that multiple firms will eventually, after spot Bitcoin ETF approval, it stands to reason that all sorts of firms will seek XRP ETF because it's just another money source. And that would be fantastic, as it would materially impact the supply and demand dynamics for XRP. We want this. We obviously want this. But would Kim Jong-Gensler allow such a thing? Well, that's what we want to talk about here, so I'll give you all the specifics. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, so here's the headline from you today. XRP ETF likely after Bitcoin approval, Valkyrie's investment chief says. And again, like I said at the outset of this video, this is coming from an executive at a firm that has applied for a spot Bitcoin ETF and is probably, presumably anyway, going to have that approved tomorrow. And he's like, yeah, XRP's coming. So check this out. In a recent Bloomberg interview, Valkyrie Fund's co-founder, and chief investment officer, Steve McClurg, hinted at the possibility of the approval of Ethereum or XRP exchange-traded funds, ETFs, following the anticipated launch of Bitcoin spot ETFs. And here's a quote from him. So, it wouldn't surprise me if we saw Ripple or Ethereum spot ETFs out there, end quote. And he is conflating Ripple and XRP. It's amazing to me that somebody at a major fund in 2024 is conflating the two. I just... The thing is, if it's intentional, that's gross, and I don't think it is. But if he doesn't know better, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. You know what I mean? Anyway, peace continues. This prediction comes in the wake of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission likely giving the green light for Valkyrie's Bitcoin ETF, with trading expected to commence as early as Thursday. However, McClurg is not certain whether Valkyrie is going to launch such products in the future. He said, quote, I really don't know if we're going to do that or not, end quote. Yeah, well, I don't know why they wouldn't. I'm not going to read into that any further, but I don't know. If you're a firm that wants a spot Bitcoin ETF, why wouldn't you just go down the ladder from there? You start at the top with Bitcoin, and then you grab every other one you can. In terms of, like, start with the large caps, obviously. Well, I don't know why you wouldn't do that. Do you not like money? Do you not like money? Make the fees off of all the people that would be willing to purchase an XRP ETF. Why? Like, if you like money, do it. I'm just saying, man. It seems like an obvious move, and it is going to happen. It's just kind of a question of when. And credit to Eleanor Terrett, she this was widely circulated. She shared this on social media platform X. That's how I actually first heard about it this afternoon. And then you had Eric Balkunas chime in here. That name's probably familiar to you by now if you've been paying attention to anything having to do with the spot Bitcoin ETF situation. He's the senior ETF analyst for Bloomberg, and he's got sources, and he's in the know, all that jazz. And he's been keeping us up to date on what's been going on as far as all the developments and the filings with all of the applicants for that. But he wrote the following. He wrote to Eleanor Terrett and he said, oh man, he may have just woken up the XRP army. Thoughts and prayers. So, I'm reading into that a little bit. Here, I'll just pull this up now. I responded to him and I wrote, not a fan of XRP, I take it. And he doesn't know me a response. He may not have even seen it. But with a comment like that, I'm going to go ahead and guess that he has a bias against XRP. Thoughts and prayers? We have the most awesome, big community in all of crypto, basically. I mean, even if the Bitcoin community is technically larger, there are too many toxic trolls. The maximalism is crazy. It's ridiculous. But the XRP community, I argue, is the best in all of crypto. And so if somebody's saying, thoughts and prayers, like as if this would be something that XRP holders would be aggressive towards him for. Like, what? It doesn't even make any sense. So I read that, I was like, okay. I don't know what the deal is. That doesn't make sense to me, but I guess he just doesn't like XRP. That's my assumption. And so Eleanor Turret seemed to be equally confused, and she responded to him and said, woken them up? He's the new patron saint. Exactly. On high, right? This man's holy. So that's that. And then Eric Balkunas responded to Eleanor Turret and wrote, true, unless it doesn't happen, then he's public enemy number one. There's no middle ground here. Which, of course, is completely ridiculous. It just seems like he has a low opinion of us here in the XRP community. That's my guess. Which is disappointing, but, yeah, is what it is. He's entitled to his opinion, even if it doesn't make any logical sense. Here you have the blockchain backer responding to this news, and he said, market loves to speculate. Once Bitcoin ETF event horizon passes by, it hunts out new things to speculate on. The next shiny thing? Ethereum and XRP ETF speculation makes perfect sense to me. And so I responded to him with that Dumb and Dumber gif. So you're telling me there's a chance? I love that gif. It applies to so many situations in life. Use it. I encourage you to use it. It's a great meme. Here's some additional perspective from Fox Business journalist Eleanor Turret. Based on my conversations with industry around this today, there's definitely differing views on whether or not the SEC would approve a single product XRP spot ETF. Bulls argue that XRP is the only digital asset that has received any kind of regulatory clarity from the courts. In July, a U.S. district judge ruled that the token XRP was not a security, and Ripple did not break the law when it sold XRP to retail investors on exchanges. They also see the relisting of XRP on major exchanges, and most recently in Grayscale's digital large cap fund, as a positive sign that the asset will be included in future funds. Bears say that Gary Gensler's apparent contempt for mostly all digital assets aside from Bitcoin means that other single product ETFs like XRP and possibly even ETH will be hard to sell him on without congressional intervention on crypto regulation or a change of the administration, one that's more friendly towards digital assets. Others think that Gensler's approval of Bitcoin spot ETFs will solidify the distinction between Bitcoin and the rest of crypto in the eyes of the SEC. Several applications for Ethereum spot ETFs have already been filed, so it will be interesting to see what happens from here. Yeah, so I think that's a pretty reasonable analysis of the landscape and the things to consider here. So here's my take on this. You guys tell me what you think. But the idea of multiple firms probably in relatively short order applying for an XRP ETF, that to me that seems highly probable. Unless Bitcoin's doesn't get approved, and then I'd say no. But I do think the Bitcoin one's going to get approved in all likelihood tomorrow. It seems like a virtual certainty. But that would be a requirement for me to think, yeah, okay, XRP, yeah, there are going to be firms filing. Will it get approved, though? I'm less confident. I know XRP has legal clarity, and it should get approved. We're probably all going to be on the same page there. Will it actually, though? See, that's the thing. As far as the bear case laid out here by Eleanor Turret, I find it compelling, unfortunately. Kim Jong-Gensler, I mean, yeah, because look, you understand the reason that the spot Bitcoin ETF will be approved if it's approved, right? It's because of the Grayscale lawsuit. Grayscale won the lawsuit, and it was specifically about Bitcoin. It was not about any other crypto, ETH or XRP. So, given that's the case, and given that we know Gensler, my God, I can only imagine the fury he must feel having lost in the SEC v. Ripple lawsuit. I can only imagine. You think he's going to want to approve an XRP ETF if he doesn't have to? Now, of course, I think it could lead to more lawsuits, and then, see how long that takes. You have an administration change by the time that's all, sewed up anyway. But I'm kind of somewhat skeptical. I mean, if I had to make a prediction right now, if there's an XRP ETF, would Gary Gensler be on the side of approving it or not? I'm going to guess that he's going to not be in favor of approving it. Because he's just an awful monster. He's just a complete douchebag prick, like he just is. And I'm sure with the ego this guy he clearly has. You think after losing the SEC Ripple case, he's going to do anything that he doesn't have to do that would be good for anyone in the XRP ecosystem? Because this would be good for Ripple too, obviously. You think he's going to be eager to do that? I'm just doubtful. It should get approved. I want it to get approved. We're all on the same page there. I'm just skeptical that it actually would. That's the thing. And look, again, if it goes to court, there's a real good chance he'd end up losing on it. But he has a leg to stand on. Not that he'd win. Not that it's the right thing to do. Don't take me wrong. But in arguing a difference, because again, the Grayscale lawsuit was not about XRP. It was about specifically Bitcoin. That's the thing. If it were more broadly about crypto, and okay, then I think that it were more likely that something like this could go through. But I don't know, guys. You tell me what you think. Either way, it's cool to see this. I do believe we're going to see, after Bitcoin's approved for the ETF, we are going to see applicants for XRP and other coins, including ETH. Well, we've already seen ETH. And I think at some unknown point in the future, of course we're going to have multiple XRP ETFs. Multiple, from all sorts of firms. Is it going to happen while Kim Jong-Gensler's in charge of the SEC? Perhaps not likely. It's possible. I admit it's possible. I don't think it's the most likely thing, though. But it's exciting to see this, and it's such early days. Like, there's going to be so much increased demand for XRP over the years. And these investment vehicles will help. So there's a lot to look forward to, even if it doesn't happen immediately. But even with what's happening now, like, we're going to go on a crazy ride. If we have another blow off top here, XRP having legal clarity will be of extreme importance. So I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have fun regardless. Then what you guys think, though? I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.